Puzzle number 14. A man lives on the 17th floor. He only rides the elevator to his own floor when it's raining outside or when one of his neighbors rides it with him. If the weather is sunny or he's alone in the elevator, he only rides as far as the 9th floor and goes the rest of the way up the stairs. Why? The answer is clear. This man is very short. He can only reach button 17 in the elevator with an umbrella or with the help of a neighbor. Puzzle number 13. If it is raining at 12 a.m., could you expect sunny weather in 72 hours? Curious to know the answer? No, you can't expect sunny weather because it will be night again in 72 hours, and there can be no sun in the sky. Puzzle number 12. Several people were asked to jump over a pencil that was placed on the floor, but none of them could do it. Why? Here is the answer. The pencil was placed next to a wall. Puzzle number 11. How should you throw a tennis ball for it to fly back to you? Have you figured out the answer? It's easy. Throw a tennis ball upwards. Puzzle number 10. You see a girl sitting, but you can't sit in her place even if she stands up and leaves. Where is she sitting? She is sitting on your lap. Puzzle number 9. A man was tossing and turning in bed and couldn't fall asleep. Then he took his phone, dialed a number, listened to a few long tones, put down the phone, and finally went to sleep. Why wasn't he able to do that before? Here's the answer. His next-door neighbor was snoring loudly, but awoke to the ring of his phone. Puzzle number 8. A hotel has 7 floors. There are 4 people on the ground floor, and each floor has 2 more people on it than the previous one. Which floor calls the elevator most often? Do you have any idea yet? The ground floor. Puzzle number 7. In Africa, Nike has encountered a problem. A lot of their sneakers were stolen from the factory. What did the company do to prevent theft without spending money on security? Nike built another factory and then began manufacturing left and right sneakers separately. Puzzle number 6. Now, try to figure this one out. When do we look at the number 2 but say 10? The answer is obvious. When we look at an analog watch. Puzzle number 5. George Washington, Sherlock Holmes, William Shakespeare, Ludwig van Beethoven, Napoleon Bonaparte, and Nero. Who is significantly different from all the rest? Of course, it's Sherlock Holmes, because he is the only fictional character. Puzzle number 4. Little patients of a children's hospital loved to play with adorable teddy bears that the administration gave them. These kids liked the toys so much that they often took them home. How did the hospital administration resolve this issue? The solution was really thoughtful. All the bears were bandaged, and the kids were told that the toys should stay at the hospital to get better. Puzzle number 3. At the dawn of cinema, one American movie theater's profits began to go south. The viewers were annoyed with the ladies who didn't take off their hats in the auditorium, blocking the view of the screen. What was the cheap and effective solution by the theater administration? Here's the answer. They posted a notice on the door of the theater saying, "We kindly request that all ladies take off their hats during the movie. This does not apply to old ladies." Puzzle number 2. There are 2 books on the same shelf in a scientist's cabinet. One book has 230 pages. The other one has 325 pages. How many pages are there between the first page of the first book and the last page of the second book? Any idea? There are only the covers of the 2 books between these pages. And finally, puzzle number 1. The last one is easy. Look carefully at this picture. Who will be knocked off? Here's the answer. D will be hit on the head by the rolling ball. C will be smashed by the spikes when that same ball rolls onto the swing. And B will be hit, in turn, by the counterweight ball thrown up and forward by the swing.
Number 1. Here's the first riddle for you to crack. Yesterday, Nick fell from a ladder that was 30 feet high, but he didn't get hurt. How is this possible? You have 10 seconds to find the answer. Was the guy a gymnast or what? In fact, anyone could stay unharmed, even you, if, like Nick, you fell from the bottom stair. Number 2. Brian gets trapped on an uninhabited island. Ooh, the place is covered with forest. Once, lightning sets the forest on a terrible fire. There's also a strong wind blowing from the west that makes the fire move fast, destroying everything on its way. If nothing intervenes, the fire will burn all the island and kill the man. Brian can't find shelter in water as the island is surrounded by cliffs. So, jumping would mean immediate death. Oh my. How can Brian survive without any means such as buckets to put the fire out? That's a tricky life or death situation. 10 seconds to help Brian to survive. Brian needs to light a piece of wood using the fire on the west side of the island. Then he has to run quickly to the east side and start a new fire there. While the wind blows to the west, it will make the fire burn out the east end of the island. So Brian will survive staying there. The main challenge for him will be not to inhale too much smoke and to find something to eat after the fire. Number 3. Take 9 from 16, 10 from 9, 50 from 40, and you'll have 6 left. Well, this makes no sense, unless… 10 seconds to solve the riddle. The answer will become obvious as soon as you use Roman numerals. SIX minus 9, IX equals 6. 9, IX minus 10, X equals I. 40, XL minus 50, L equals X. You put them together, SIX. You get it? Alright, number 4. Which state is the Bay of Bengal in? Employ all your knowledge of geography and find the answer. 10, 9, 8, Well, we've cheated you. You don't need any geography to answer this question. Wherever it is, the Bay of Bengal is in its liquid state. Number 5. What is the logic in the order of the following words? Fun, blue, bee, more, dive, pix, barren, date, shrine, then. Ooh, that's a question. Can you understand this twisted logic? Actually, that's not hard at all, as soon as you pronounce these words one by one. You'll immediately notice that every word rhymes with a number that specifies its numerical order. Fun, 1, blue, 2, bee, 3, and so on. Number 6. Imagine that you get stuck in a weird place. There's 2 doors leading out of this place. One door is the door of death. The other, an ordinary one leading to freedom. This place is secured by 2 guards. One of them always tells the truth, while the other lies in 100% of the cases, of course. And you don't know which one is honest and which one tries to cheat you all the time. However, you're allowed to ask any of the guards just one question to get out of there. What would you ask? Be careful, your life depends on your answer. 10 seconds to figure it out. So, you should ask the following question. If I asked your partner which door led to freedom, what would he answer? This is the only correct question. If you ask it to the guard who always tells the truth, he'll tell you that the other guard will point at the door leading to death. If the person you ask turns out to be the lying guard, he will direct you, being the liar that he is, to the door of death as well. So, whoever you ask, you will know that they will inform you about the door of death. Just choose the other one and run away! Number 7. 2 baby girls are born to one mother, in the same year and month, on the same day, at the same time. However, they are not twins. How is it possible? You have 10 seconds to solve this mystery. The answer is pretty simple. These baby girls are 2 of a triplet set. And Dad, of course, just fainted. Somebody please get him off the floor. Number 8. A donkey passes the same distance every day. But surprisingly, 2 of his legs travel 30 miles and the other 2 31 miles. The donkey is healthy and perfectly fine. How is such situation possible? Obviously, 2 legs of the donkey can't get 1 mile ahead. 10 seconds to find the solution. The donkey is tied to the post and moves in circles around it. That's why his outer legs travel more than the inner ones. Number 9. Can you say 4 days starting with the letter T? Well, that can't be too hard. At first sight, 10 seconds to figure it out. Well, the first 2 are obvious, Tuesday and Thursday. But don't forget about today and tomorrow as well. And then there's my favorite, Tatterday. Number 10. There's 3 doors in front of you. You have to go through one of them. No cheating. Behind the first door, a fire is raging. A gunman is lurking behind the second one. Behind the third one, there's a lion that hasn't eaten for 3 years. What door will you choose? Ooh, that's a tough choice. But you have the whole of 10 seconds to decide. And here's the trap. Lions can survive for 1 or 2 weeks without food. But since it's been 3 years since the animal's last meal, it's probably long dead. This way, the door with the lion behind it will be probably the safest option.